This video isn't necessarily for the commenter, but just general information. ASL and other sign languages, but we're talking about ASL, is its own language with its own syntax and grammar. PSE, Pidgin Signed English, uses ASL signs, but follows English grammar and syntax. For example, what you see me doing here is SIMCOM, simultaneous communication, and I'm using signs in ASL, but I'm not following ASL structure for sentences. My facial grammar is missing. My mouth modifiers can't happen because I'm talking at the same time. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about PSE. You still have to match the signs for the equivalent meaning behind the word, not a word for word match. That is a different signing system called C. And there's two different ones. There's C1 and C2. C1 is when you would have words break apart into their concepts. For example, instead of butterfly, you would see butterfly. And then C2 is when you would see every word sign, as well as you would have a word and you would add the prefix and the suffix. And those are systems intended to make deaf people learn English, learn to speak properly. And they're from back in the day when signing was looked down upon and viewed as less than spoken language. Not that that doesn't happen today, but much more common back then. And you can see with those two signing systems, meaning wasn't important. It wasn't important for deaf people to understand what was being said. It was important for them to understand the English. That's it. Whereas with PSE, you still have to find the meaning. But that's not the same as ASL, which is its own separate language. And we have to look at that like we would with spoken language interpretation. You don't interpret into French or Italian following English word order. You have to change it about to match how that language understands the concept. It's the same with ASL.